I hope you guys enjoyed my hygiene video. Remember, it is part one and part two. There's so much information to unpack, but of course, we're not going to leave our wonderful guys aside, because you guys are very important. You guys are the leaders of society. So I beg, please pay attention to this video, because Lord have mercy, the stories I have heard, the things I have seen, the choices we have had to make. It's a very serious situation. So please stay tuned. Please remember that this is why it's important to watch my video about women, because when it comes to hygiene, it's still the same formula you have to follow. It's just that you guys have different organs, so we're going to speak about that. Remember, watch the first video. It shows how you wash yourself from top to bottom, okay? And that mouth is very, very crucial, because you guys be doing a lot of things with that mouth. So please, again, if you haven't seen the first video, please do not forget to wash your teeth at least twice a day, morning and night. It's very crucial. If you have terrible mouth odor, please see your doctor. And in the meantime, please, like I said, use baking soda and your toothpaste, mix it up and wash every ounce of your mouth, top to bottom, not just your teeth and your tongue. You have to wash the roof of your mouth and all that. Now, coming down a lot over the years, we have had a lot of complaints about men when it comes to hygiene. It is so funny that when it comes to being clean, a lot of men feel like, oh, that's not masculine enough. Who told you guys that? There is nothing in this world that is as attractive as a clean man. Like, forget you having muscles and being all macho and all. If you could be the most unattractive guy, but if you smell good, I promise you your chance is going to be high. Now, like I say, follow what I spoke to the women. You will understand how to clean yourself. But let's talk about your pits for a second. Honey, you guys be rocking. And you have this really bad habit of masking your scents with deodorant and perfume. On a body that is unwashed and unclean, it will make you smell 10 times worse, because the chemicals from the perfume mixed with your bacterial smell, it's a whole disaster. Please, for the love of God, men, I know you think it is macho for a man to keep hairy armpits and all that. First of all, it is very unattractive. Second of all, your hair in your pits helps retain a lot of sweat and bacterials. So you end up smell like crispy corn dogs. We do not want that. Please shave your pits. We love you clean. We love you neat. I beg you, it is so important. And again, for those that cannot afford to do Botox for their pits, that have extreme sweat problem, please mix baking soda and lemon. Make it into a paste and place it on your armpit zone. Leave it for a few seconds, or even go as far as a minute if it doesn't burn, and then scrub it off. For you guys that have intense smell, please do this as often as twice a week, just to get your body acquainted, okay? Now, like I say, over the years, and let me tell you a quick story, because I want this to just be a one part. I was once, when I was younger, I loved this fine boy. He was so fine and everything. This was back in Romania, right? And I went to visit him in his house, and I needed to use the restroom. So he's like, oh, go over to my room, go to the bathroom. As I walk in the bathroom, my eye just sighted a basket, a dirty laundry clothes basket. And for some strange reason, I don't know if it's nosiness or winch, I looked inside and I saw white underwears. But what fucked me up the most was the part where the Botox was brown. There was a brown streak over there, and I was like, Jesus, that was it for me. It didn't matter how fine you were, that was it for me. Mama had to run out of that place. It's like, no, we're not doing that. Okay, so please take this very seriously. You must wash your butt, okay? Especially after you do number 2. Please, tissue paper for both women and men is not enough, bruh. It is not enough. You have to get in there. And sometimes, men and women, you might have to go a little bit into the tip of the rectum just to cleanse it out properly. Because I promise you, the smell that stays there, ooh, is nothing to write home about. So please be careful. Now, again, with hair, a lot of men keep a lot of hair in their armpits and keep a lot of hair in their private zones. Now, there's nothing wrong with a nice clean trim, just because at the end of the day, accumulation of sweats, that thing is smelling hot. Now, I'll tell you another story. I once liked a boy here in Nigeria. If you see this video, you know it's about you. I once liked a boy, fine and all that, smelling gorgeous, except for that zone. There was a very, very strong stench of hot sweat, and I didn't know how to discuss this issue, but I brought it up eventually because I wasn't even dealing with that. And the excuse this boy gave is he doesn't use sponge, he would use only his hand. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So me, because I saw it wasn't changing, I would even bath you if I have to. I would bath you. What I did now is we were together, so it came up. I bought a sponge, put it in a pack, and I said, you know what, let me give him a present. I wrapped it up real nice. So the boy got excited, to open up his gift. And when he saw a sponge, he was like, in my head, I thought that would be enough to teach, but no, they never changed. They never changed this. So please, guys, keep that zone nice and trim, okay? Ain't nobody got time to be smelling funkified. Now, men in general, please, especially you guys that love being intimate all the time, I beg you, if you go to work and you come back home and you want to jump straight into your woman's hoo-ha, please do yourself a favor and wash your pee-pee. Wash your penises, please. I beg you. There's a lot of sweat and a lot of bacteria that accumulates during the day, especially when you pee, that you just insert into a woman. That will give her a lot of UTIs and a lot of problems down the line. So please, if you know you care about your partner or yourself, do us a favor and please rinse out your zones, scrub them balls and all of that, please. Now, speaking of your private area, a lot of white people in general, if this video gets to the white crowd, please pay attention. A lot of you guys are not circumcised. And from what I hear, a lot of our Hausa brothers, they do not get circumcised. Please, teach your children from very young that if you have that foreskin there, please, when you're washing, which is a daily thing, please pull that foreskin up a bit. It is crucial. A lot of you guys will wash the thing itself but forget to pull that skin. Now all that dirt and bacteria I keep talking about accumulates on the inside of your foreskin, and it is important. There are people that have ended up having to do surgery for their young children because they never pulled back. So please do us a favor and pull that skin back. And remember, when you're washing with your sponge, not with your hand, please raise your pee-pee up and wash the egg zone, the ball zone. Very, very important. I'm trying not to be graphic because of community guidelines, but please, it is important. This is important. Wash your balls section, okay? Wash it all the way to the back. Please wash your cracks. Very important. I don't know why men in general just forget that zone. Please wash that zone. Now, when it comes to hygiene also, apart from when you want to get intimate with your woman and you have to rinse out your pee-pee, please wash your hands. Make sure your hands, your nails are perfectly trimmed at all times, especially if you know what you're going to be doing with them. Please keep them trimmed and make sure your hands are always washed before you insert. This creates a lot of discomfort for your women, and it is, you don't even know how it feels. So please, wash those, okay? Wash them, keep them trimmed, and wash them at all times. Now, for some reason, I don't know if it's your male funk or what, your feet in general be rocking. So please do the same thing I said for women. Please always wash in between your toes. Do not just wash the top of your feet like this. Wash in between your toes because there's a lot of corn chips in there, okay? And like I said, for the women, soak your feet sometimes in baking soda, just to get that funk out. And also, to make it even better, you can put apple cider vinegar in the water to make it, keep your feet there for like 5 minutes. And I promise you that extreme sweat, that corn chips feeling will disappear, okay? And please, I know a lot of you, when it comes to intimacy, will say, oh, it's sweeter without protection. It is sweeter. Trust me when I tell you that's the recipe for disaster. You guys are strong, you're beautiful, and please, I beg you, take care of your bodies, because if you jump from tree to tree, raw dogging things, you're going to create a problem for yourself also. You do not want to end up with STDs when you are at the beginning of your life. I know they say there are pills and everything, but you really want to go through that? You really want to go through that? So please protect yourself at all times. Let's make money. Can we please celebrate life instead of having to destroy it by just one moment of pleasure? And please, hygiene, like I say, even for women, please wash your sheets. Learn as a man. Please, mothers, teach your boys from young to take care of their environment. Wash your sheets always, wash your pillowcase, because this is the reason why you have acne and all that. And men, for some reason, even the same person that I gave sponge to, is this kind of sponge I gave, they don't used to wash their back. Please carry your sponge, do this, and scrub very quick.